Today, our lesson, practical work 6, and our lesson about pseudo-elements and the pseudo-classes in CSS. Pseudo-elements in CSS is a keyword that can be added to a selector to style a specific part of an element. And some common use for pseudo-elements style the first letter or first element, and insert content before or after an element, style the markers of list items, style the user selected portion of an element, style the view box behind a dialog box. Syntax of our pseudo element is selector and two column and the pseudo element name and the CSS properties, and what we should write here values. Yes, after properties we should write values. Text pseudo elements. First, doc type HTML. After HTML tag head, and after head we can open our style, and in style P, and the first line color red, font variant small caps, here all of small caps, and the font size 19 pixels, and we can close here our brackets and close our style text. And we can here write our text in P paragraph. In my hand, your Hangouts, you should write here in empty space, you should write your code, okay? What kind of code here not written? It's your it's answer of this code, and you should write in your code in empty space your code, okay? You should write your last name and first name. Tell me what means pseudo element, for example, before. Who can say me? Who can answer?
I repeat the question. Pseudo classes are keywords added to selector Z, a special state of the selected elements. They allow you to style elements based on user interaction or their position in the document tree.
This pseudo class is a keyword that can be added to a selector to define a style for a special state of an element. Yes, some common use for pseudo classes. First, style an element when a user moves the mouse over it. Yani sichqonchani biz qimirlatgan vaqtimizda paydo bo'ladigan harakatni pseudo classga kiritib qo'ysak bo'lar ekan. Style visited and unvisited links differently. Yani biz agarda qanaqadir saytni kirib ko'rganligimiz va kirib ko'rmaganligimiz haqida ma'lumotni bilinib turishi uchun, demak, pseudo class qo'llaymiz. Agar biz kirgan saytimiz bo'lsa, demak, u ko'k yonib turadi. Kirmagan saytimiz, yo'q, kirgan saytimiz fioletoviy yonib turadi, kirmaganimiz ko'k yonib turadi. Demak, shu vaqtda biz pseudo classni qo'llar ekanmiz. Style an element when it gets focus. Demak, biz qandaydir fokus olish uchun saytga fokus olish uchun qo'llaymiz. Style valid and invalid required optional form elements. Style an element that is the first child of its parent. For example, syntax of pseudoclasses like this. For example, selector, for example, H1, H2, yes, or P or A. Div degan demak divni ichida turgan mouse over me so'zi ustiga borgan vaqtimizda yashil yonsin degan nima berilgan, background color green. Mana shu yerda keltirilgan. Color white bu nima ekan? Demak biz agar tekstimizni if we want to write our text, change our text color to any another colors, we can write here. For example, yellow. 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 We changed our text, and here we changed our div to blue color after hover. Okay? Did you understand me?
Yes, I.
Ozgina bo'lsa ham tushunarli bo'ldi-ya. Demak, biz oldin yashil rangda turgan o'sha to'rtburchak sohamizni demak hover degan klass yaratdik va o'sha klassni ishga tushirish orqali uni blue rangiga o'zgartirdik. Xohlagan bu we can write in div what kind of text you can write here. Mouse over me. Here we can write in div. Agar mana bu to'rtburchakning ichiga yana bir qancha boshqa so'zlar yozmoqchi bo'lsangiz, mana divni ichiga yozish kerak bo'ladi. Sizning qo'lingizda shu kodlardan bir nechta so'zlar yashirib qolingan. Ana shularni yozishingiz kerak. Last lessons we said about CSS animations. Yes? Who can tell me what means CSS animations? Please, Lily.
An animation to loop endlessly by setting animation iteration count infinite. The animation repeats for instead of cycles.
An animation lets an element gradually change from one style to another. Yes. You can change as many CSS properties you want, as many times as you want. Okay, what kind of animation text?
The animation name property specifies a name for the animation. The animation duration property defines how long animation should take to complete. If this property specified no animation.
Okay, color, yes, pink. Okay, very good. And in our example here, not write an animation duration. Yes, yeah, but you can. 4 sekund degan bormi? Yo'q, boshqa. O'shan. Please, Zuhra, write here in your code large seconds to our duration was very long time. Okay, very good. Thanks for your put here your scores, and you should write last name and first name. My students, with this end of our practical work, and you should write in your house any 1 or 2 codes which in answer in your browser we can see red or brown URL addresses, okay? And you should use all of pseudo classes and the pseudo elements. For example, hover, focus, and first letter, first line, okay? You should write in your notebooks or in your solo learn program, okay? In your phones.